man and now a dad to a beautiful 6-month-old baby girl, Madison. It is, of course, Olly Murs. Great to see you.
It's good to be here. Hi, everyone. How you doing?
Do you feel like you're home?
I do. It's been too long.
Yeah,
it's been too long. It's nice to be back.
Is it nice to come out and have a rest? I bet.
A little bit. How am I looking? Am I looking all right?
You do, actually.
You made a real effort with the outfit.
I tried. It's having a baby, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. How are you adjusting to being a beautiful family of 3?
It's incredible. Obviously, being a parent has its challenges already, and especially with my lifestyle and my work.
Oh, look.
And there she is. She picked her outfit for us. Yeah. It just coordinated with us. But no, we're going through that stage at the moment where she's rolling. So at night time, oh my God, I thought we cracked it, you know. Now we're like looking on the camera. Is she rolled over? Is she not rolled over? So yeah, I must have been up 4 or 5 times last night, just checking her, is she breathing, all that stuff. Yeah. You just panic all the time, don't you?
Of course.
I'm just a panicker.
Yeah.
I'm panicking.
I think everyone is, and especially with your first one, because it's all new and it's all...
It really is,
Second one, you don't even put the monitor on, you're like...
I'll be coming in here singing and dancing next time.
Absolutely.
But no, it's just been brilliant. Yeah, really, really great. And just, you know, like I saw in the VT front, I couldn't believe you guys dug that up from 6 years ago.
Yeah, when you said you wanted to be a dad.
Always have been. I always wanted to be one, yeah. And but it was always just finding the right person. And obviously I met Amelia, so it was right place, right time.
Yeah, it's lovely, yeah. It's interesting, though, and this will resonate with a lot of dads, actually. It's probably not talked enough about, really, is the dad guilt that you can feel. Because you know, you're about to go on tour again, obviously, next year, but when Madison was born, you had to head off then, and it's that sort of first couple of days, weeks, that you want to be so close to them, don't you? But you can't help it if you've got to go to work at the same time.
Yeah,
And
Gary Barlow didn't give me paternity leave. He did not give me. No.
You're busy being a superstar, really. That's
when I was on tour with Take That, so it was obviously, we knew we were having a baby around that time, so it was always going to be a bit difficult. You know, and by the way, Gary and the guys were brilliant, they really were. But it was, yeah, that moment when we got home after a couple of days in the hospital was, yeah. And that podcast you guys saw, I didn't actually, we haven't really, me and Amelia hadn't really spoken about it, really. And I didn't even know I was feeling that way. I was in work mode, yeah. I was just kind of like, right, I've got you home, your mum's here, you're here, and just everything's all right, is she okay? And then I just left. And then when you actually think about it, and when I started thinking about my feelings, I did feel really guilty, and I really felt I didn't know Madison at this point. You know, she was only, you know, Amelia had 9 months with her, so it was my time to have my 9 months, you know, and get to know her. So there was it was a real guilt, and it was hard for the first couple of months, really. And then
it's good you're honest, though, because we hear about mum guilt, but we don't hear a man talking like this, and I think it's really important conversation. Yeah.
Well, I did. I mean, obviously, I know my job is a bit different, and I'm very honoured to do what I do. So I think these obstacles are going to come up with me and Amelia quite a lot, unfortunately, because my life's just different. Whereas I might be busy away for 2 or 3 months, but then I might be home for 2 or 3 months. So it's just something we're going to have to navigate. And Amelia, by the way, is amazing. She completely gets it, and she's an incredible mum already. And you know, like all you mums are, you're all incredible, honestly. What you go through is amazing. Honestly, really, genuinely, we're useless. We are actually useless. We were good at one thing, but the rest of it...
Got that far.
Navigate, I think, is a good word, really, because I think you continue to navigate no matter how old your children are. Certainly, I feel that. And you're working with Pampers at the minute, and who have discovered that 84% of parents feel guilty and anxious when their little one's suffering on any level, and that could be down to having a cold or an appy rash, or right up to the sort of more scary, sinister things. But any kind of a challenge like that will exist to parents, and there's a lot of us suffering exactly like that. What challenges have you faced then with Amelia and Madison? Is there anything that I think just the getting up and, as you say, the checking that they're still breathing,
I think
like
it was
the basics?
Yeah, all the normal things. But I think the most challenging one as a couple was sort of going out in public, being obviously who I am, and then having a baby to protect. And obviously then Amelia's looking at, like, I've got to breastfeed in public. So I think there was that moment, that was hard for us a little bit to figure out.
Yeah.
Because then, you know, I'm out and about with my wife and, you know, my daughter, and I'm like, I don't want any attention. I just want to, like, enjoy our day. And so that was kind of probably one of them. That's been a challenging moment. But again, Amelia smashed it. We figured it out. And once you start doing it and you get into the I mean, there's that, when you listen to the podcast, there was actually a really funny story that we was on tour with Take That, and I got Amelia in to come and see the show, and I thought, great to have Maddie there. She had no idea. She's just there. It made me feel great that they were in the house. Didn't feel guilty there, and I felt like, oh, we're here, we're together. And Amelia at this point was obviously a little bit, you know, scared of breastfeeding. And then I said, well, don't worry, the dressing room is like our place. No one's going to walk in.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And Mark Owen walked in, bless him. And Amelia at this point, all like everything she was worried about just went out the window, because she was just like, all right, Mark. And because he's had children, he was just so lovely and was just like, you know, am I okay to come in? And I think it really helped Amelia, actually.
Yeah.
I think once, you know, a member of Take That walks in seeing you breastfeed, and I think you can do anything after that.
Get your breast out for anyone.
I think a lot of women would have probably preferred that.
It's funny that you talk about the guilt about going away on tour, and we've had quite a few comedians and actors, all men, come on here and say the same thing. They feel guilty going on tour. But women, what do they feel?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Do you think women feel the same guilt?
What, about being on tour?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And leaving the child so young.
I think so. I think if for me, I mean, for example, we was only talking about this recently. I've got a job that's coming up soon where it's like a week away. And if Amelia had to go away, I think she would really struggle. I think from a mum's perspective, leaving the baby for 4 or 5 days.
Different if you're feeding as well.
Yeah, exactly. When we're sort of like is it combi feeding?
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm getting used to it. But yeah, so I think, and also that I've got to leave the baby with you, Ollie. So, what's
That's another level of anxiety.
What's going to happen at the end of them 5 days? Yeah. But no, I think definitely, I think there would be that level of guilt.
You learn on the job.